of a conversation that's going to go very quickly, I think, to that draconian kind of retribution that this president is going to bring against people who threaten him.
I want to bring Steve Schmidt into the conversation, but I just want to reset for our viewers. The White House today releasing an enemies list, a list of former national security officials for whom they have now publicly stated they have under consideration the punishment of stripping these men and women of their security clearances. These men, former CIA directors, former FBI director, former national security advisor, and former acting director of the FBI, all maintain security clearances for giving their expertise, giving their institutional knowledge to a president and the executive branch of government after they leave. Joining us now, Steve Schmidt. Go, Steve.
Kind of cold for it to be with you.
I didn't think you needed any more setup.
Look,
Since when did you need a question for Steve?
This is a very dangerous day for American democracy. This is the move of an autocrat, not an American president. We don't strip security clearances for political reasons from members of the opposition party who have served all of their careers, all of their lives in defense of the country. Have sworn oaths to the Constitution, not to a party, not to the leader. But, this is part and parcel. Trump began politicizing the intelligence services from hour one of his administration when he went to the CIA memorial wall and talked about his inaugural crowds. This is just a culmination of his increasingly erratic behavior. And, of course, this occurs a week after he stood up next to the Russian president and took the Russian president's side in a dispute with America's intelligence agencies, and of course then forced his national director of intelligence, Dan Coats, to kowtow, publicly apologize, and essentially humiliate himself at the feet of the leader. So this is, again, this president's continuing abuse of power, his authoritarian instinct at full use here. It is alarming, to say the least.
Steve, let me play for you the president's recent attacks. This seems like something that was building up in him and really just came spilling out today. Let's watch the president with Jeff Glor of CBS News ticking off some of these people and what he was mad about.
Do you think any intelligence agencies, U.S. intelligence agencies, are out to get you?
Well, certainly in the past, it's been terrible. You look at Brennan, you look at Clapper, you look at Hayden, you look at Comey. I have no confidence in a guy like Brennan. I think he's a total lowlife. I have no confidence in Clapper. Clapper wrote me a beautiful letter when I first went to office, and it was really nice. And then all of a sudden, he's gone haywire because they got to him and they probably got him to say things that maybe he doesn't even mean. But no, I certainly don't have confidence in past people. You look at what's happened. Take a look at all of the shenanigans that have gone on. Very hard to have confidence in that group.
Steve Schmidt, just two more pieces of information to throw at you and then take it away. But during the most controversial and really devastating periods politically after the Iraq War took some of its most botched turns, there was never an effort. I talked to three of our former colleagues. No one was ever stripped of their security clearances for being harsh critics of the Iraq War. This has never happened before, where critics of a subsequent administration take away the security clearances of the one that preceded it, no matter how harsh the political debate comes. And I heard the president say something there that struck me. Somebody got to them. Well, I've heard from people inside the president's inner circle who are saying, I think maybe somebody got to him. I mean, there are people who have always been skeptical of the collusion question when it comes to Donald Trump, but have always thought, well, he might have obstructed justice because he's sloppy and he's messy and he's used to family mom and pop business operations. They're now openly wondering, not in front of television cameras, but in conversations, whether there might be something there on this collusion question. Your thoughts?
Well, when you diagram the president's rantings right there, what jumps out, of course, is his allegation of nefarious conspiracy. They got to him, like an episode from the X-Files. This is not the musings of a sound mind. This is the rantings of somebody who seems unhinged, frankly. But the allegation of conspiracy, which fuses together with his scapegoating of minority populations, and, of course, his victimization of his supporters. that they're all being victimized together by this hidden conspiracy that works for the purposes of the elites against the victim class, that is supported by minority populations, the invading hordes of Guatemalan children, for example. This is all part of his shtick that he repeats over and over again, from his mass rallies where he lies constantly to that TV interview. And no doubt tonight on Fox News, there will be all manner of allegations of conspiracy that will contextualize the "they got to him" and make it make sense to 40% of the country for whom Trump has stripped away any ability that they have to see objective truth and fact. And of course, that's alarming in a democracy.
All right, nobody is going anywhere on a day like today. Oh, we're losing Jill Colvin. Thank you, Jill, so much for starting us off today with your reporting. When we come back, the president's weekend-long Twitter tirade after what have called one of the worst weeks of his presidency. So what's got him triggered the most? Could it be Russia, Mueller, or the Michael Cohen recordings now in the hands of federal investigators? Plus, the FBI reveals for the very first time that it believed the Russian government's efforts were being coordinated with former Trump National Security Advisor Carter Page and others tied to the Trump campaign. That's from a secret document released for the very first time from the country's National Security Court. Stay with us.
This endangered species is getting help from some unexpected friends. The zebra and antelope. They're wearing IoT sensors connected to the IBM cloud. When poachers enter the area, the animals run for it, which alerts rangers who can track their motions and help stop them before any harm is done. It's a smart way to help increase the rhino population and turn the poachers into the endangered species.
Finding the right vacation rental can take hours. Luckily, there's Home to Go. With Home to Go, you can search hundreds of websites and millions of offers. Fast. Home to Go. It's the world's largest vacation rental search engine.
When it comes to strong bones, are you on the right path? We have postmenopausal osteoporosis and a high risk for fracture. So with our doctors, we chose Prolia to help make our bones stronger. Only Prolia helps strengthen bones by stopping cells that damage them with one shot every 6 months.
Do not take Prolia if you have low blood calcium, are pregnant, are allergic to it, or take Exgeva. Serious allergic reactions like low blood pressure, trouble breathing, throat tightness, face, lip, or tongue swelling, rash, itching, or hives have happened. Tell your doctor about dental problems, as severe jawbone problems may happen, or new or unusual pain in your hip, groin, or thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred. Speak to your doctor before stopping Prolia, as spine and other bone fractures have occurred. Prolia can cause serious side effects, like low blood calcium, serious infections, which could need hospitalization, skin problems, and severe bone, joint, or muscle pain.
If your bones aren't getting stronger, isn't it time for a new direction? Why wait? Ask your doctor about Prolia.
I've been making blades here at Gillette for 20 years. There's a lot of innovation that goes into making America's #1 shave. Precision machinery and high-quality materials from around the world. Nobody else even comes close. Now starting at $7.99. Gillette, the best a man can get.
So I turned 64 this year. Kind of liberating, actually. I'm not running for governor as a stepping stone. Not thinking about re-election. I'm not going to take a salary. And I don't need a government car. This one's going to do just fine. Middle class has taken a hit for years. Maybe it's time for your governor to give back as well. I am going to be totally open about what we're doing, and honestly, I can't turn around the state in year one, but you're sure as heck going to know where we're going. I'm Ned Lamont, and I approve this message.
Do you